Hello everyone and welcome into historic Hicksfield. Hayden Manzel here with you on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. And we've got a good one here for you tonight. The Greenbrier Knights taking on the Edenton Steamers. Greenbrier is on a 6-game win streak. They stand at 6-1 overall and 3-1 in PCL play. The Steamers are 9-4 and 5-4 in PCL play. Greenbrier, like mentioned, on a 6-game win streak, while the Steamers, they're on a stretch of winning 3, losing 2, winning 3, losing 2. They are on a 3-game win streak right now, so if that streak continues to hold, hopefully it's all in favor of the Knights, who look to add to that streak of Edenton. Starting lineup here for you tonight for the Steamers. They'll be going up against the pitcher Kyle Gibson. Gibson, this will be his 4th start of the season. He's pitched 12 innings thus far in his first 3 starts with a record of 0-1, but a solid .225 ERA. And now the lineup for your Greenbrier Knights. Leading off and playing center field will be Quincy Sapio. Andy Choi is out in left field. He'll be batting second. Andrea Daltrey batting third, making his 2nd start over at first base. Warren Bailey's batting 4th. He's catching for the 2nd consecutive night. Burton Hahn, he'll be playing right field, batting 5th. And the 6-hole MJ Sung, he's your DH tonight. Tristan Hensley playing second base, batting 7th. In the 8-hole, Grant Melnick, he's playing shortstop. And lastly, batting 9th and playing third base is Nick Arnold. And we are about to get underway here in Edenton, North Carolina at historic Hicksfield. Bit of a different lineup here tonight for Greenbrier as they try and get everyone involved. One-out count here on Scipio, and he grounds one up the middle, and over is the second baseman. And Scipio arrives safely. So an infield single for Quincy Scipio to get things started here tonight.
Left field front, purple mark, number 17, Andy Choi.
So here's the right fielder, Choi. And Choi takes a called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 is fouled off, and now down in the count, 0-2. Choi did not play last night in Tri-City as Gibson checks in on Scipio at first base. And Blake Gibson checks in on Scipio again. Scipio does have 6 stolen bases on the season, and there he goes. Choi taps it over to the right side, and the second baseman's not there, but he gets over to recover nicely. Not a hard hit ball there from Choi. Bit of a hit and run there as Choi chucked it over to the right side. But a good recovery there from Bryce Stevens to get the 1 out. And so here's Daltrey making his 2nd start over at first base tonight. And the first pitch he sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. Daltrey has a 5-game hit streak going on. Went 1 for 4 in last night's game against the Chili Peppers. Takes that one outside, 2-0. Two O's called strike. 2-1 here on Daltrey. And a good layoff there from Daltrey. 3-1 now in the count. We do apologize for the lighting right now. And Daltrey draws a walk.
Number 28, Warren Bailey.
So now 2 runners on for Warren Bailey. Once these shadows creep up, our view should be better. Bailey grounds one down the left side for a base hit. And here comes Sapio around to score the first run of the game. Play over at third. And Daltrey is thrown out. Good job there from Adam Fine to get the ball in. But it's an RBI double for Bailey. And there are now 2 out in the inning. Here's the right fielder, Burton Hahn. Hahn takes the first pitch in the dirt. Hahn had one of his best games last night. Went 2 for 4. And he hits that one to the second baseman, Stevens. Throw over to first is in time. But an RBI double from Warren Bailey gets the Knights on the board here in the first. Kyle Andrzejczyk set to make his first start of the season for the Knights. And his first pitch is outside to Bruno for a ball, 1-0. Fifth outing of the season for Andrzejczyk, but the first four were all coming out of the pen, where he showed himself trustworthy as Bruno crushes the first one to left. And that ball is gone. A leadoff home run for Chase Bruno. Evens this game up at 1 in the first.
Right field, UNC Women, number 27, Tanner Phillips.
The second home run of the season for Bruno. And he continues to hit. He now has a hit in every Steamer game this season. All 14 of them. So here's the right fielder, Tanner Thatch. Just the scary top of the lineup that Edenton puts out there every night. As Thatch pops that one up towards the left side, overcomes Arnold, and he'll be called off by Melnick, who makes the catch, 1 away.
Designated hitter from Presbyterian, number 33, Jeremiah Boyd.
So here's the catcher, Jeremiah Boyd. Takes a called strike, 0-1. Boyd out of Presbyterian College. And he grounds that one over right to Arnold. Throw over to first is in time, and there's 2 away.
First base from University of Tennessee, Martin, number 22, Houston Wright.
So here's Houston Wright. Takes a called strike, 0-1. Wright has struggled a bit, just 2 hits over his last 6 games. And Andrzejczyk quickly up on Wright, 0-2. 0-2 from Andrzejczyk. And that'll go out of play. Wright hitting .205 this season. He got off to a hot start, but has cooled down. And he grounds the 0-2 pitch right to second. And the play is made. But a leadoff home run from Chase Bruno ties us at 1 apiece at the end of the first. MJ Sung set to do off the second inning here at historic Hicks Field. Like we mentioned in the opening, Coach Chuck Slaughter going out with a different lineup tonight, trying to get some more guys involved. Just the fourth game of the season for Sung. Swings and misses through that one. Count is 1-1. This is the second meeting of the season between Greenbrier and Edenton. First matchup was also here. And it was Greenbrier who ended up taking the 8-2 victory. That was back on June 8th. As Gibson steps off the mound for a bit, Song waits in the box. 1-2 the count here. As we see those shadows start to get better, and as does your view, Song chops that one foul. As third base coach getting some boos from his dugout. Just couldn't make the play. And Song is looking back at the umpire. Jeremiah Boyd was ready to throw it around. He thought that was strike three. Here's the 2-2. And Song lives to fight again. Song putting together a good at-bat here. And Song taps that one right back to the pitcher, who will come over and tag Song for the first out of the inning.
Second baseman, Marion Henry, number 25, Tristan Hensley.
So here's Tristan Hensley. Tristan just got down here recently. Didn't play last night in Tri-City. Made his debut on Saturday. That was against Churchill. He went 1 for 2. One-0 from Gibson. And good eye there from Hensley. Count is 2-0.
If you signed up to participate in the bullseye contest, please head to the through customer service desk.
2-1 here. And Hensley swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. 2-2. And Hensley fouls that one off his foot. Two and two here on Hensley. And called strike three. The first strikeout of the night for either side. And it gets Hensley looking for the second out of the second. Here's Grant Melnick. Melnick takes that pitch inside, 1-0. Melnick hasn't played since June 9th for the Knights. Game in which he went 0 for 3 in. He also pitched that day as well. And Coach Slaughter told me that Melnick
Addison, please report to the information booth.
Will be coming out of the pen tonight.
Addison.
2-1 here on Melnick. with 2 outs here in the second. Two-two delivery. Chopped foul. As the third base coach misses again, not as much heckling from his own dugout. And Melnick hits that one to the left side. That'll fall for the first base hit of the season for Melnick. And the Knights have a 2-out base runner.
Eastern Mennonite, number 13, Nick Arnold.
So here's the third baseman, Arnold. As Gibson checks in on Melnick. Melnick got the night off last night in Tri-City. He had that big RBI triple that earned him hitter of the week for the Knights. His RBI triple tied the game, and then he came in to score the winning run against the Patriots. And there goes Melnick. Throw down is by the second baseman. Case Kermode is out there behind the dish tonight as Jeremiah Boyd is DHing the catcher tandem for Edenton. As Arnold fouls that one back. First stolen base of the season for Melnick. And so Arnold looking for another big hit here with 2 outs in the second. And Melnick on second. Swings and misses through that breaking ball. We hope that that view is now better as the shadows have crept over onto Historic Hicks Field. Tapped right back to the pitcher. He'll toss it over the first, and the side is retired. So the Knights leave a runner in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom half of the second in a 1-1 game. So here's the center fielder, Nate Paulson. And takes the first pitch inside from Andrzejczyk, 1-0. And Paulson pops that one up to the left side. Over comes Arnold for a look. Well, that'll go into the Edenton dugout. And right to a fan who makes a nice play, waves his hat. Paulson hitting .256 this season. And that pitch just missed inside from Andrzejczyk. 2-1 the count. Edenton got the night off last night after having 5 consecutive games. As Paulson is aboard with a leadoff walk.
Catcher from Mount Olive, number 17, Case promoted.
So here's the catcher. Case Kermel takes a called strike, 0-1. Greenbrier is in a stretch of playing 5 consecutive games themselves. This is the 4th of the 5th. Tomorrow, Edenton will come down to Lakewood Park as that one's chopped towards the left side. Melnick throws to second, and it's not in time. So Kermode arrives safely. Would have beaten it out, probably regardless. Was a tough play to make there for Melnick. Going to his right side. So here's Jared Beebe. And first pitch he sees is in the dirt. Good stop there from Bailey. Usually Greenbrier, they have their catching tandem of Bailey and Corbin McLeod. McLeod didn't catch last night, and he's not with the team tonight. So Bailey's out there for a second straight night. McLeod had some work duty to attend to. As we know, these players are still having other obligations. Two and one here, as Andrzejczyk thought about throwing over to second. Check in on Paulson. So no outs here in the home second, as a bunt is shown and hit towards the right side, foul. Not sure if that bunt was put on by Justin Hill. Two. And now Andrzejczyk does throw over. It goes to center field. And advancing to third is Paulson. Kermode is held up at first. So Andrzejczyk stepped off earlier in the at-bat as Bailey gives the signs to his infield as to what to do if Kermode is to steal. And that one's lifted to left. That should bring a run in over to the track. And it's off the base of the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Kermode. He'll be held up at third. But it's an RBI double for Jared Beebe. And it's now 2-1 Edenton.
Segregation number 5, say number 2, Bryce Stevens.
Choi had some trouble reading that ball. Looked like it was going to be playable. Probably could have been. As that pitch ends inside to Stevens. Get some moves and nods from the crowd. That was the first double of the season for Beebe. Just the second extra base hit. The only other one came on opening day. It was a solo shot. Pitch to Stevens is chopped down the third baseline. That'll go foul. Stevens is on base 1/3% of the time as he skies that one out towards right. Hahn comes over, and that'll go into the Knights bullpen. Bottom half of the order starting to make Andrzejczyk work. 2-2 is fouled off again, and that'll go out of play.
Locations in Clinton, Williamson, Husky, and Edenton.
Two from Andrzejczyk, and it's low. Pitch from Andrzejczyk. And it's too high and the count is full. Three-two. And that almost hit Stevens as well. Nevertheless, it's a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for Adam Fine.
Left fielder from St. Joseph, number 11, Adam Fine.
Fine went 1 for 4 against the Clayton Clovers when Edenton last played on Saturday. And that's what he's hitting, 250. Fine swings through that one. 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2. Chase Bruno is on the on-deck circle. And Fine lifts that one. That'll go out of play.
Everybody clap your hands.
Fine's got 3 RBIs on the season. 2 of those came at Lakewood Park. That wasn't against the Knights, though. The last time Greenbrier came to Edenton, Andrzejczyk didn't make the trip as he played the previous game. So he cheered on his teammates from home. 1-2 to Fine. Called strike 3 looking. So the first out of the inning. And it brings up Chase Bruno, the leadoff hitter. Bruno went yard last inning against Andrzejczyk. Different dimensions here than what Andrzejczyk might be used to at Lakewood Park. At Lakewood Park, it's just 350 everywhere. Right field, left field, center, all 350. It's 350 straightaway center here at Historic Hicks, but just 300 down the left field line, which is where Bruno hit it. So that ball wouldn't have gone out if we were at a different location. But that's the beauty of baseball. It's not like other sports where everything is the exact same dimension. Bruno fouls that one right at his teammates. One, two. And it's outside. Boy, let me tell you, Jared Beebe is getting a big jump over at second base. Kind of tough to see with the sun there, as that pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Bailey. Now, a big pitch here from Andrzejczyk. One out here in the bottom half of the second. In a 2-1 game. And Bruno hits that one to center. Overcomes Scipio. He'll make the catch. And plays the second. And Beebe is there safely. Now it gets away from Arnold, and that'll allow Stevens to go to second. Stevens held up at first. He didn't tag, but then when the ball got away from Arnold, Stevens took off. Tanner Thatch. And Thatch takes that one up and in 2-0. that sack fly. Chase Bruno now has 11 RBIs on the season for Edenton. Good pitch there from Andrzejczyk, 2-1. Jeremiah Boyd is on deck. Andrzejczyk trying to keep the lead here. And that pitch is outside, 3-1, and not sure how good a pitch you want to give Thatch on a 3-1 count. And Thatch takes a strike, and now the count is full. Three-two. That's skied up towards the left side. Over comes Melnick and Choi, and it falls. A foul ball. Fell right in between Choi and Melnick. And so we'll do the 3-2 again. Three-two from Andrzejczyk. And skied off. That one will go out of play.
I was like, oh man, somebody's going to get ready.
Jeremiah Boyd is on deck. And that pitch is in the dirt. And here comes BB. No score on the wild pitch. Stevens goes over to third. And Thatch is now on first with a walk.
Jeremiah Boyd.
So here's Jeremiah Boyd, hitting .333 this season.
That walk is brought to you by Shine Energy. Take a stroll to Shine Energy and get your stuff out. They won't go for any shake or energy drink.
No one warming up in the Knights bullpen just yet. Andrzejczyk misses that pitch out of the zone. And now it looks like Greenbrier might get someone throwing. Two and one the count here on Boyd. And that pitch is inside, 3-1. Three-one delivery. And that's grounded over to short through Melnick. And another one comes in to score. RBI single for Jared Boyd, his fifth RBI of the season. Makes it 5-1 Edenton. Andrzejczyk is going to have a mound visit. talking to one of his assistant coaches. This is not the Kyle Andrzejczyk that Coach Slaughter has been accustomed to this season. First 7 innings were scoreless. Allowed a pair of runs in his last appearance. And now struggling thus far tonight. And first pitch is fouled straight back from right, 0-1. Nate Paulson is on deck. He started this inning. Now the Knights bullpen is warming up. Looks like it's Dylan Bowen out there. And wild pitch, and both runners will advance. Looks like Max Lucas is actually catching Melnick. Usually it's Kyle who's out there as the bullpen catcher. Kyle used to catch in high school. As right skies that one. Cepillo is under it, and that'll end the inning. But not before 4 runs come in to score for Edenton. We've played 2 here at historic Hicks Field. Top of the order due up here for the Knights to begin the 3rd. First pitch to Scipio is a called strike, 0-1. Scipio has been a nice addition for Greenbrier. Brings them a speedy base runner. He had a beautiful defensive play Saturday afternoon. Throw out a runner tagging from 2nd to 3rd on an inning-ending double play. And Scipio grounds that one over to 3rd. Beebe is there. High throw. Still beats the speedy Scipio. And there's one out.
The fielder from Urkelman, number 17, and Detroit.
So here's Andy Choi. Takes that one outside the zone. Swings and misses at that pitch. 1-1. And Choi hits that one down the left field line. That'll fall for extra bases. So a stand-up double for Andy Choi. First extra base hit of the night, or second, excuse me, for Greenbrier. And there's one out. It's the first baseman, Daltrey.
I'm going to go say hi to some people.
And Daltrey hits that one. Scooped up by Beebe. Choi kind of got held up there. But as Beebe threw it over to first to get Daltrey, he goes to third on the throw. But now there are two out here in the inning.
Catcher from Ryan Strapp, number 28, Warren Bailey.
And it's the catcher, Warren Bailey. Warren doubled his last at-bat. And end up scoring a run. First pitch he sees is up high for a ball, 1-0. Yeah. 1-0 on Bailey. Fouls that one back.
That's a power forward foul ball we're looking for in Lincoln and your friend in the call bases.
Now it's 1-2 here on Bailey. Pitch from Gibson. Bailey lives to see another one. And Bailey fouls that one. That'll go out of play. Greenbrier has not lost a game when they score first. But that feat is in deficit early on here tonight in Edenton. Two-two here on Bailey. Fouls that one off. Knight's just trying to cut into this game. Choi's on second. On third. After he had a one-out double, and down goes Bailey on strikes. Second strikeout of the night for Gibson. And we'll head to the bottom half for the third with the Steamers up 5-1. Dylan Bowen out there for his third relief outing of the season, and his first pitch to Paulson is up high, 1-0. Paulson got things started last inning for what ended up being a 4-run inning for Edenton. Bowen has been efficient in his 2 outings thus far. He's got a save under his belt and no earned runs. And 5 2/3 inning of work. Here's the 2-1. And it's outside, 3-1. Paulson walked and came around to score the first run of those 4 in the second. And that's ball 4. So Bowen gets things started in the second with a walk, and now he gets things started here in the third with another leadoff walk. So here's the catcher Kermode. Kermode takes a called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 here from Bowen. And it's skied out towards left. And Sapio comes over to get it. And that's the first out of the third.
Third baseman, Barton College, number 24, Jared Beebe.
Third put out there from Sapio. So here's Jared Beebe, who just had his second extra base hit of the season on his last at-bat. Oh, one is up high, and it gets by Bailey. And on to second goes Paulson. And the 1-1 is up high for a ball, 2-1. Bowen trying to keep his scoreless streak intact. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Struck him out. First strikeout of the night for Bowen. Second from Knight's pitching. And there are two out here in the third. So here's the second baseman, Stevens. Stevens, first pitch he sees from Bowen is low for ball one. And that one gets by Bailey again, and on to third goes Paulson. And it's now 3-0 here on Stevens. And a 4-pitch walk.
And that walk, because you got shine energy, you take the shoulder down to shine energy, make sure you take the stuff.
And the second runner is on. For the Steamers. There's a left fielder fine. And his first pitch is up high, 1-0. Fine out of St. Joe's University. Up in Philly. And that pitch in the dirt on to second, and now coming around to score is Paulson. So the first run of the season allowed from Bowen gives Edenton a 5-run lead. Stevens was taken off from second. Bailey's throwdown was not in time. And there was no throwdown from Hensley. He was hoping that that would be the final out of the inning. So in came Paulson to score. Two one here. And now it's 3-1. Chase Bruno in the top of the Steamer lineup is on deck, so. And now fine walks. And so Bruno is on with the bases loaded yet again. Bruno has an RBI in each of his at-bats tonight. So Bailey will go out to have a talk with Bowen. It's a big out that Bowen needs to get to keep this game in reach. 5-run lead. Definitely not insurmountable. No lead is insurmountable in baseball, but to keep it within reason, gotta get Bruno out here. And I'm sure that's what the conversation was about between Bailey and Bowen. Bruno homered in his first at-bat and had a sacrifice fly to bring in a run in his second at-bat. Bowen trying to shut him down with runners on first and second. Here's the 2-0. And Bruno fouls that one off, 2-1. Tanner Thatch is on deck. Bowen would rather not face him this inning, but have him lead off the fourth. And there's a swing and a miss from Bruno. And it's 2-2. Two from Bowen with runners in motion. Bruno sends one to center. In comes Sapio, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So Edenton leaves 2 runners stranded, but another run comes in to score. We've played 3 here in Edenton. Here's Burton Hahn. And the first pitch, he sees a sky out to left. And under it is fine to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 4th for Gibson.
Designated hitter from James College, number 29, MJ Song.
Here's the designated hitter, Sung. Sung tapped one back to Gibson in his first at-bat and takes a called strike, 0-1. And a called strike 3, and Sung is down on 3 pitches.
You take a sub sound so you get 20% off of an hour. Second base from Emory and Henry, number 25, Tristan Hensley.
Gotta get a bat going. Gotta get the bats going eventually. If you're Greenbrier, they haven't scored since their first batter came around to score. That was Quincy Scipio, who singled and was brought in from Bailey's double. And there's a 2-out single for the second baseman, Hensley. And now it gets by, but Hensley will be held up at first.
Shortstop from Longwood, number 8, Grant Elman. Mascot race contestant.
Here's Melnick, 1 for 1 tonight. And the first pitch he sees is right to Bruno. Flip over to Stevens at second. And it's a quick inning for the pitcher, Blake Gibson. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with Edenton up 6-1. Tanner Thatch out there to lead off the 4th inning for the Steamers. And that's first pitch, checks his swing. And one pitch and one out here for Bowen in the bottom half. Gibson got one pitch on his, got one out rather, on his first pitch in the top half of the frame.
Number 33, Jeremiah Boyd.
And now Bowen does the same. Here's the designated hitter, Boyd. First pitch. He's up high. There's a called strike to Boyd, 1-1. One pitch is inside, 2-1. One out here in the bottom half of the fourth. Boyd fouls that one off. Two and two count here on Boyd. And he drills that one to left center for a base hit. Second single of the night for Boyd.
First baseman, here goes to Tennessee mark, number 22, Houston Ride.
So here's the first baseman, Wright. Wright's 0-4 tonight. Missed 2 at bats. And that pitch nearly hit right and onto second. On the wild pitch goes Boyd. Some confusion as to whether or not that pitch hit right or not. Umpire deemed it did not. And it's a 1-0 count. And that pitch is up and away, 2-0. And a swing and a miss there from Wright, 2-1. Two-1, and that pitch is low. So now 3-1 counting here, and called strike. As the Edenton fans disagree with the call. Here's the full count on its way from Bowen. And it's low in the dirt. That's ball 4. And the second runner is on.
Center fielder from West Virginia State, number 10, Nate Paulson.
And that pitch hit Paulson. And now the bases are loaded.
Catcher from the University of Colorado, number 17, Case Fillo.
First hit by pitch from either side here tonight. And it brings up the catcher, Kermode, who has the bases loaded. One out here, and Kermode fouls that one off. 1-1. Kermode just got 1 RBI on the season. Now it's an opportunity here for a couple at least. Baldwin trying to keep this game right where it is at 6-1. And that's grounded. That could be 2. Melnick to second for 1. On to first. And it's in time. A double play. Beautiful play started up by Graham Melnick. And the Knights escape without allowing a run. We've played 5 here at Historic Hicks Field with the Knights still down 6-1. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or through your phone number by calling them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Top of the 5th inning here.
Third base from Eastern Mennonite, number 13, Nick Arnold.
As Nick Arnold gets set to lead things off. Knights did a good job of getting out of that fifth inning, or fourth rather, unscathed. And the bases loaded with one out, and Grant Melnick started up an inning-ending double play. It's the 1-0. Blake Gibson, he started this game for Edenton. He's still out there. The Knights have not scored since the first inning. And Melnick taps that one. Umpire doesn't deem anything. And it goes foul. And now he signals foul. Two and two count here on Arnold. And that's low in the dirt, 3-2. Arnold trying to do a job here as the leadoff hitter here in the fifth. And he gets on base. And it brings up the top of the Knights batting order.
Center field, Paul D. Camp, number 2, Quincy Scipio.
And Quincy Scipio. Scipio 1 for 2 tonight. As mentioned previously, singled back in the first and came around to score what is thus far the only run of the night for Greenbrier. And he takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 1. (1-0). And that's in the dirt. Good stop there from Kermode to keep Arnold held up at first. Now Gibson checks in on Arnold. And I'll check on Arnold again. Bit of a closer play there. And that pitch is up high, and now it's 3-0. Arnold just has one stolen base on the season thus far in his 3 games. 3-0, called strike, 3-1. Andy Choi, he's on deck. And check in on Arnold again. That's the 3rd time that Gibson has thrown over to check in on him. So here's the 3-1. Grounded over to third. That could be 2. To second for 1. And not in time at first to get the speedy Scipio. But nevertheless, there's 1 out now on the fielder's choice. So here's Choi, who doubled in his last at-bat down the left field line, and Gibson checks in over on Scipio. Scipio, he is more of a stolen base threat as Gibson checks in over again. Showed off his speed just running down that first base line. Choi takes a called strike. 0-1 count here. And good spit on there from Choi to lay that one off in the dirt, 1-1. And Choi drills that one to left. That goes fine, and it's off the base of the wall. Coming to third and being held up now was Scipio. Fine played that one off the wall. Finally.
First base from Old Dominion.
So a hard single there from Choi. And there are 2 runners on with 1 out for Andrea Daltrey. Trying to get the Knights back in this game. And they've got a big opportunity right here with Andrea Daltrey. Daltrey's hitting .381 this season. 6-1 Edenton. Here in the top of the 5th. And Daltrey skies that one to center. And in comes Paulson to make the catch, and now there's 2 away. So now here's the catcher, Bailey. Bailey's got the only RBI tonight for the Knights. And trying to bring in some more runs with Scipio on second. He reached on via fielder's choice, and Choi is on first. First pitch in the dirt, good stop there from Kermode for a ball, 1-0. One out of Bailey, and takes a called strike there from Gibson, 1-1. Burton Hahn, he's on deck. If Bailey can keep the inning going, and he chops one over to Bruno. Flip to second, and time. So 5 innings under the belt of Gibson, as we've played 5 here at historic Hicks Field, as Edenton leads it 6-1. Local business owners and community organizers, promote your business and events right here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. You have the opportunity to promote your business and events right here with your logo being featured on the screen. Please email tidewatersummerleague@gmail.com to promote your business or events today.
Number 24, Jared Beebe.
Jared Beebe gets set to lead things off here for Edenton. in the 5th, left the bases stranded. In the last inning. And BB skies that one towards the left side. And no one sees where the ball is. And it lands foul. Both Choi and Arnold just had their arms held up. Had no idea where the ball was, and luckily it landed in foul territory. Dylan Bowen has done a nice job here. Has allowed 1 run thus far in his 2 innings of work. Trying to continue to keep Greenbrier in this game as that pitch hits the batter, and on to first goes BB.
Second baseman, Ohio State, number 2, Bryce Stevens.
So here's the second baseman, Stevens. He drew a walk in his first at-bat against Bowen. And swings and misses through that one. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And that pitch is up high, 2-1. That pitch is inside, nearly hit Stevens. And it's now 3-1. And it looks like Hunter Cole, he's on deck for the left fielder Fine. And there's a strike to even the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two here from Bowen. And it's low in the dirt for ball 4 as the ball skips on by Bailey.
Brought to you by Shine Energy. Take a stroll to Shine Energy. Show your ticket stub to receive $1 off any shake or energy drink.
First 2 runners on here in the 5th for the Steamers. And now he was on deck for Adam Fine, and now being announced into the game is Hunter Cole. And takes a swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees tonight for a strike, 0-1. Takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Cole just hitting 185 thus far in his 11 games that he has participated in. And there goes the runners. Cole pops up the bunt onto second, to first, and it gets away. Nearly a triple play as the runners were in motion And Cole popped up the bunt. Arnold made the catch, threw it to second for the second out,
Shortstop for Moncrief, number 4, Chase.
but then threw it away at first. So now there's 2 outs. And Stevens is still on first. And Bruno takes a called strike, 0-1. Good stop there from Bailey. One the count here on Bruno. Yeah, that's low on the dirt, 2-1. Bowen was able to get Bruno to end the 3rd inning on a fly ball to center. And trying to end this 5th inning here with 2 outs. And Stevens on first. Bruno fouls that one back, and now it's 2-2. Bowen, as Bruno loses his bat there on the swing. He fouled off the pitch and lost his bat. And he's going to go get a new one, I think. Or no, he's going to put some more pine tar onto the one that he just threw away. Two balls, 2 strikes here on Bruno. Bowen trying to get out of this inning. And I'll check in on Stevens. And Bruno fouls that one off. Jackson Hip is on deck for Tanner Thatch as Edenton starts to dig into their bench a bit. The 5-run lead here in the 5th, and good stop there from Bailey to keep Stevens held up at first. And now it's a full count. Stevens will be in motion. The full count and 2 outs. Here's the 3-2 delivery. And popped up. Under it is Melnick. And he makes the catch. So another scoreless inning from Dylan Bowen to keep the Edenton lead at 6-1. We've played 5 here at historic Hicks Field. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or through phone by calling them at 767-467-1111. You can also visit them at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Start of the 6th here in Edenton. And the first pitch is swung through and missed by Hahn, 0-1. So Gibson is out of the game. Jack Van Dorn is in for him. Gibson's second longest outing of the season went 5 innings and allowed just 1 run on 6 hits. Struck out 3 Knights batters, walked 2 of them. So a successful night for Gibson. Looks like Greenbrier was going to cook up more against him after they scored a run in the first. But I'm sure that they're glad to get to their bullpen now. One, 2 here on Hahn. Hahn 0 for 2 thus far tonight. Van Doren, this is his first time coming out of the pen. Here's the 2-2. And that's popped up towards the right side. And overcoming Stevens in foul ground to make the catch, and there's 1 away here in the 6th. So it looks like Coach Slaughter's going to go to his bench now. Dominic Proctor comes into the game to pinch hit for MJ Sung.
Number 5, Dominic Proctor.
And also, Sean Hahn is on deck for Hensley. Coach Slaughter trying to push the right buttons here. Try and get back into this game. One-0. Swung through a miss by Proctor as he falls onto his right knee. And Proctor swings and misses through that one. 1-2. Proctor's hitting .571 in his 20 plate appearances and fouls that one back. We'll do the 1-2 again. And that one's high, 2-2. Two to Proctor. That one misses. And now it's 3-2. Here's the 3-2. Too high, ball 4, and a runner is on here in the 6th. As Sean Hahn announces himself into the game. So good AB there from Proctor to get on. With 1 out in the 6th, Greenbrier. Trying to get back in this one. 6-game winning streak on the line here tonight. And Hahn fouls that one back, 0-1. Hahn still looking for his first hit of the season. As Van Doren checks in on Proctor at first. Back in there safely. Nothing one here on Hahn. Here's the pitch from Van Doren. Check swing. Home plate umpire said he went around for a strike, and now it's 0-2. Knight bullpen has done a nice job as pickoff move again on Proctor. Dylan Bowen has done a nice job at holding down the Steamers. He's allowed just 1 run in his 3 innings thus far out of the pen. Mentioned earlier that Grant Melnick, that's sometime in this game, is going to pitch probably after Bowen. Melnick is on deck. Nothing in 2 here on Hahn. With Proctor over at first. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Now make sure you strike out. Take yourself the sound feed and get 20% off of the item.
So Hahn goes down on strikes.
Shortstop along with number 8, Grant Melnick.
And it brings up Melnick. The 0-1. And Melnick shoots that one to center. But over comes Paulson to make the catch. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the Steamers up 6-1. Jackson hit pinch hitting here for Tanner Thatch. Mentioned it in the last inning. He was on deck, but Bruno ended up getting out. And that pitch hits hip as he jogs over to first. Seems unharmed. So here's the designated hitter, Jeremiah Boyd.
Number 33, Jeremiah Boyd.
Boyd 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a pair of singles. And he spits on that pitch from Melnick for a ball, 1-0. One-0 here. That's up high. 2-0. Bowen checks in on hip. There's our called strike. 2-1. Bowen hasn't gone more than 3 innings in his 2 appearances out of the pen. Chuck Slaughter looks from at least 4 here tonight. From the righty. Gets another called strike. So after falling down 2-0, it's now 2-2 here on Boyd. Two-two pitch. Up high, 3-2. Beautiful summer night for some baseball here down in Edenton, North Carolina. And Jeremiah Boyd takes called strike 3 looking. The 3rd strikeout for Bowen. And there's 1 out. Here's the first baseman, Houston Wright. First pitch he sees as hit towards the right side. And he's on with a single.
Center fielder from West Virginia State, number 10, Nate Paulson.
So here's Nate Paulson. Paulson takes a called strike, was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. And Paulson leaves that one in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Paulson's actually 0 for 0 tonight as he drives that one pretty deep to left. That ball's off the base of the wall. One run is in, and being held up at third is Wright. But it's an RBI double for Nate Paulson, and it's now 7-1 Edenton. No one warming up in the Knights bullpen. Like mentioned earlier, this is the first time Coach Slaughter is asking of more than 3 innings from Bowen. So in a situation that he has not been asked to do all summer. Here's the catcher Kermode. Second hit pitch he sees is called strike. 1-1. And he pops that one out of play. As that might have hit a car in the street. Here's the 1-2. Got him swinging, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning from Bowen, and there are 2 away.
Third baseman, Bart Collins, number 24, Jared Beebe.
So here's Jared Beebe. Beebe 1 for 3 tonight, had an RBI double in the second. And Beebe rips that one to left. 1 run is in and being held up. And now on to second goes Beebe as he arrives without a throw. So it's now 7-1 Edenton, with runners still on second and third. I'd credit a hit to Beebe and then take second on the throw home. Paulson's on third. He doubled. And Beebe's on second after his single. And the 1-0. Stop there from Bailey. 2-0. And Stevens lays off that one as it gets by Bailey, but Paulson will hold up at third. It's now an 8-1 ball game. And now on with a 4-pitch walk is Stevens. And Bowen might just be running out of gas here in his 4th inning of work. And out comes Coach Slaughter. No one's warming up in the Knights bullpen. See if Melnick or someone else starts to get loose now. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Chuck Slaughter's going to stay with Bowen, get him through 4 innings. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And first pitch, Cole seizes a ball low, 1-0. Cole placed that bunt down as he shoots one over to second through. The second baseman, Hahn, 1 run scores. Here's a relay throw to the plate, and he is safe. Jared Beebe slides in safely. 2 runs come in to score, and it's now 10-1 Edenton.
Go shortstop for Moncrief, number 4, Chase Bruno.
So 2 RBI single from Cole, and back to the top of the order for the Steamers. It's Chase Bruno. Bruno takes that one, and that one was skipped on by Bowen. Stevens is at third. He walked after the hit from Cole, as that one's popped up. Melnick is under it, and he'll make the catch. But 4 more runs come in to score. And at the end of 6, it's 10-1 Steamers. Top of the 7th here at historic Hicks Field. Nick Arnold set to lead off the inning, and the first pitch he seizes a ball, 1-0. Two-0 here on Arnold. Blake Herman is on deck for Quincy Scipio, and it's 3-0. Van Doren had a solid inning in the 6th, just allowed a walk to Don Proctor. Who was stranded on first. Here's the 3-1. And too high, ball 4. And so the leadoff batter is on here in the 7th. Top of the order, Blake Herman. Pinch hitting now for Scipio. And Herman fouls off the first pitch he sees. And it's 0-1. Herman hitting .350 this season. He fouls that one back, and now he's down in the count, 0-2. He's got a 5-game hitting streak that's now on the line. 0-2 pitch, and nubbed his bat in, I think, his thumb, as he squatting down in some pain. Talking to the home plate umpire, Herman had some hip tightness coming into the night, and now they're deeming it that the pitch did hit him. Houston Wright shrugs his arm over at first base, and now comes Justin Hill, the Edenton manager, to get some clarification from the home plate umpire. I don't think he called it a hit by pitch until Herman was just standing there in some pain. It certainly sounded like it hit the bat, and it seemed like the home plate umpire called it a foul ball at first. As Justin Hill is getting told now by the left side umpire to go back to the dugout. So that's allows the first 2 runners now on here. And first pitch tapped over to the right side. And there's no throw from Stevens, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. That was Luke Waters, who was pinch hitting for Troy, swung at the first pitch he saw. And he's got himself an infield single. And so now here's Andre Daltrey. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls that one back. Bases loaded, no one out. Arnold's on third, he walked. Herman over at second, he was hit by the pitch. As that ball gets away from Kermode, the runners will hold. And Waters is on first, he had the infield single. Daltrey just 1 RBI. That came on a solo shot Friday night in Tri-City. He's looking for a big hit here to keep the line going, and he sends that one towards the right side. Overcomes a right fielder, and that'll fall. Fair ball. Oh, it's called foul. That ball looked fair. As Chuck Slaughter's having a talk with the umpire who made the call. As even some Edenton fans in the crowd are saying, hey, that ball was definitely fair. Certainly looked fair. So just took an extra base hit away from Daltrey and some runs for Edenton, who are trying to chip into this game. Bases are still loaded and a 1-2 count here on Daltrey. One, two. And it's up and away. 2-2. That's a killer for the Knights. It's just a game of baseball that is insurmountable, and a called strike 3 on Daltrey as he shakes his head, walking back to the dugout. Here's the catcher, Bailey. 1 out in the inning. Looks like and Bailey takes a big cut at the fastball, 0-1. Max Lucas is on deck for the Knights. He'll be in place of Burton Hahn. So he goes over to Daltrey to ask how Van Doren is throwing. Oh, 2 pitch, and Van Doren steps off. And Bailey pops that one up towards the right side. And hit. Dropped the ball. Or excuse me, that was Houston Wright who dropped the ball. Or this, oh, he caught it. And Arnold came in to score. So now here is Max Lucas after a short sacrifice fly from Bailey. Who now has both RBIs tonight for Edenton. And that ball gets by the catcher, Kermode. 2-0 here on Lucas, who has a hit in every Greenbrier game. Max hitting .455. This season, and now he has 2 runners in scoring position. Here's a 2-0. And Lucas lines that one off the glove of Stevens, who throws it away. And it'll bring in 2 runs. So not score if they're going to credit a hit there for Lucas. but nevertheless, he brings in 2 runs and stands on first base. And it's now 10-4. It was lined off with a glove of Stevens, who still had plenty of time to throw out Lucas, who was digging down that first base line, and then threw it over the head of Houston Wright. And first pitch to Don Proctor. He grounds one over to third. Throw to first is in time. But 3 runs come around to score for Edenton. We'll head to the 7th inning stretch here at historic Hicks Field. Get your game on with D-Bat Virginia Beach, baseball, softball, training, and more. D-Bat Virginia Beach is a state-of-the-art facility with over 17,000 square feet, 13 batting cages, and professional instructors who don't just know baseball and softball, but live and breathe it. You can find them located at 5258A Fairfield Shopping Center in Virginia Beach, or by calling them at 757-467-1111. You can also visit their website at dbatvirginiabeach.com. Max Lucas is out there for the Knights. Interesting decision there from the Greenbrier coaching staff. Lucas is not a pitcher. And first pitch comes up and into hip, 1-0. This is his first outing on the mound of the season. And hip pops that one out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Max out of Panola College. in Texas. And he's up in the count on hip, 1-2. And 1-2 is flied out to left. And under it is Melnick to make the catch. Excuse me, that was Waters out in left field.
Designated hitter, Presbyterian number 33, Jeremiah Boyd.
Here's the designated hitter, Boyd. Boyd got called out on strikes in his last at-bat, but has had a solid night. 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. And Lucas is up in the count on Boyd, 1-2. And a swing and a miss from Boyd. And Lucas has his first strikeout.
First baseman, University of Tennessee, Martin, number 22, Houston Martin.
So here's the first baseman, Wright. Wright, 1 for 3. He singled in the last inning, came around to score. Leaves that pitch in the dirt for a ball, 2-0. All right, fouls that one out of play. And that one's hit over to short. Melnick is there, bobbles it, sticks with it. Throw to first is in time. So a 1-2-3 inning from Max Lucas in his first outing of the season. Chris Morris in for relief for Jack Van Doren. 5th relief outing of the season for Morris. He last pitched on Friday against the Norfolk Redbirds.
Foul ball for the location. Split Phillips and Hosky.
Those 4 outings, Morris has gone a total of 5 2/3, and that's allowed 2 runs, and only one of them were earned. So an ERA of 1.59 for Morris out of Pitt Community College. Now Sean Hahn is down in the count, 1-2. Seven, 8, 9 in the order. Here for the Knights in the 8th. Down by 6 runs. Put up 3 last inning. And a called strike 3.
72 strikeout. Take your team to 7 get 20% off the run.
The 2nd strikeout of the night on Hahn.
Goes off the long with no 8, Grant Miller.
He tells his teammates how Morris was throwing. Always good to see that out of a team. It shows that even when you don't produce and you get out, you're still helping out your teammates by telling them how the pitcher is delivering, what he has, what he doesn't. As Melnick takes a cut at an upper fastball. Melnick is 1 for 3 thus far tonight. Two one from Morris. Here's the 2-2. Ooh, hesitation there. As Morris paused his foot and then lifted it back up. See if he does it again. He doesn't. Straight delivery there, and Melnick shoots that one towards the left side. Over comes Bruno, and he makes the catch.
Eastern Mennonite, number 13, Nick Long.
So here's the 3rd baseman, Arnold. Arnold 0 for 1. He's drawn a pair of walks. Came around to score in the 7th. And swings through that fastball, 0-1. And Morris is up on the count, 0-2. Oh, 2. There's some hesitation again from Morris, and he got him looking. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning from Morris. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Steamers 10, Knights 4. Max Lucas back out there for his second inning of work after he set down 2 through 4 in the Steamers batting order. Davis Halstead, he's pinch hitting for Nate Paulson. Halstead hitting .250 this year for Edenton. And he rips the 2-0 to right center. That'll go all the way to the wall. And Halstead thought about 3, but he'll hold it second. So after a 1-2-3 seventh, Davis Halstead comes right off the bench and has a leadoff double here in the 8th. So here's the catcher, Kermode. Kermode chops that one over to short. Melnick checks the runner and throw to first is in time. Nice play there from Melnick to hold Halstead at second. Did a good job checking him and just beat the catcher Kermode.
Control on number 5, Kyle West.
So here's Tyler West, another pinch hitter for Edenton. West hits that one to right. That'll fall, a base hit. And Halstead will be held up at third. So one pitch seen from West, and he's on first with a single.
Second base from Enterprise State, number 2, Brian Stevens.
So here's the second baseman, Bryce Stevens. Lays off a good pitch there from Lucas, and can hear Coach Slaughter asking where that one was. Stevens dances around that one. It's now 2-0. Runners on the corner, 1 out here. In the bottom of the 8th. Called strike, 2-1. I guess the reasoning for Chuck Slaughter to throw out Lucas is to save some arms. Tomorrow the Knights will play Edenton again. It'll be their 5th game in 5 days as Stevens taps that one over to Lucas. Throw down to first is wide. 1 run will score. Here comes West. He's being held up at third as Hahn got it in nicely. So Stevens reaches on an error.
Number 14, Hunter Cole.
He's on second. Halstead came around to score. And over at third base is West. So here's Hunter Cole. Came into the game in the 5th. That pitch is inside to Cole, 2-0. Cole's got a pair of RBIs tonight. That came back in the 6th when he singled. to bring in those 2 runs. Loops that one foul. Some out-of-town scores. The Wake Forest Fungo are up on the Tarboro River Bandits 3-2. That game is in the bottom of the 7th. Tarboro will head to Lakewood Park tomorrow night with a matchup against the Redbirds. That's scheduled for 4 p.m. And Cole gets a lift of that one, and it's off the wall. 2 runs will score on the RBI double from Cole, and it's now 13-4. The 4th RBI of the night for Cole. Who now has 9 on the season. And back to the top of the order for the Steamers. Bruno takes a called strike, 0-1. That game between Tarboro and Norfolk will be the middle game of our triple header tomorrow right here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. So make sure to have your schedule open. So we'll have a whole day of baseball set for you. Including what will be a rematch of this matchup right here between Greenbrier and Edenton. That will be the 3rd game. And in the first game, set for 1 o'clock, it'll be the Suffolk Voyagers against the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs and John Bivens. Two outs here in the home half of the 8th. And Lucas gets a called strike there on hip. One-two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Lucas in his 2 innings of work. We'll head to the 9th with the Knights down 13-4. Chris Morris out there for his second inning of work. Sat down the bottom half of Greenbrier's lineup in the last inning. And gets Herman to ground out on one pitch. So that'll most likely be the end, barring a tremendous comeback. The end of Herman's 5-game hit streak. As he came off the bench tonight, got hit by the pitch on that controversial call in the 7th, and now grounds out here in the 9th. Here's Luke Waters. Waters came off the bench and singled in the 7th as well. And fouls that one back. One ball and one strike here on Waters. And takes a called strike. He didn't like the call there from the home plate umpire. And hits that one foul. Here's the 1-2. Oh, late call, strike 3. Third strikeout of the evening for Morris. And the Knights are down to their final out. So Andrea Daltrey is up with 2 outs. And the Knights trying to get something going. Daltrey rips one by the third baseman, West. And there's a 2-out base runner for Greenbrier.
Strap number 28, Warren Davis.
First hit of the night for Daltrey. Keeps things going. So here's the catcher, Bailey. Max Lucas, he's on deck. Bailey hits that one to right. In comes the right fielder. And it'll land foul. Sure, Lucas is hoping that Bailey can keep this game going so he can get to the plate. Lucas was not credited with a hit in his last at-bat when he hit it to Stevens, who was actually credited with 2 errors, one on missing the line drive catch and one for throwing it away. Which means that Lucas's hitting streak is in jeopardy, and the Knights are down to their final strike here in Edenton. 1-2, and it hit Bailey, and so Lucas will come to the plate with a chance to extend his hitting streak. And we have a final score down in Tarboro. The Fungal hold on for a 3-2 victory. So here's Lucas, as mentioned, the hit in all 7 of Greenbrier's games. Came off the bench tonight. 0 for 1, he reached on an error. And down in the count, 0-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Called strike, and Greenbrier is down to their final strike. Tom Proctor, he's on deck. 1-2 to Lucas. Called strike 3. Lucas didn't agree with the call as he has some words with the home plate umpire. The Steamers improved to 10-4 overall, 6-4 in PCL play, as they snapped their streak of winning 3, losing 2, winning 3 and losing 2. They now have a 4-game winning streak, and the Knights lose their first game since opening day. They fall to 6-2 overall and 3-2 in PCL play. These two teams will do it again tomorrow night with the 3rd game of our triple header. That's right, triple header here on the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. The first game will be between Suffolk and Virginia Beach. Tarboro will come over to face Norfolk. And then the 3rd game of the day will be between these Steamers and the Greenbrier Knights. Thank you for watching, everyone. This has been a broadcast of the Tidewater Summer League YouTube channel. I'm Hayden Bandel, and have a great night.